Haha! It's another combo video because we have no time to do anything. Look, the Blackwater 100. Look at what we started with. We have two left. Thank you, Tony. We have two left, and we started working on this one when we realized we had what Tony called. What did you call it? A toilet?
It's Walter.
Dumpster? Toilet?
Dumpster.
I said piece of shit.
Okay. Well. So we put the other one off the rack, and we have decided to combine two machines to make one. So it looks like, from what Tony has already looked at, even though that everything is very dirty, we are going to have one machine with perfect plastics, and we're going to have another machine that will be parts only. Parts only, right? Yes.
Until you sell it.
Yeah, somebody, you know what? We may choose to sell the machine as parts. The head took a fall, didn't it, Tony?
It's missing a side, I think.
Yeah. So, but the good news is this fella's going to get one beautiful, and I mean beautiful game. Look, the Three Stooges. The Three Stooges Museum is open on Thursdays every week.
I got a guy here who wants his lightning pinball.
His lightning pinball. He just ordered it.
He needs it now.
Well, you tell him that he can get it in 2 weeks.
I don't know if it's gonna work.
Tell him.
What are you doing? Drink coffee again?
I have to drink coffee.
By the pot.
Hey, my bad.
Did your
Sorry.
I'm sorry, sweetheart.
I'd like to take a brief moment to offer my apologies.
Could I be more sorry?
Sorry!
Oh!
Sorry!
Well, I am sorry.
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you will be sorry.
That was my lovely wife. Thank you, Pamela.
I apologize.
Anyway, where were we at? The Three Stooges Museum. It's near TNT. You visit TNT Amusements, and if it's a Thursday, you can also visit the museum. I think it's only $10 admission. Fantastic place. It's about 20 minutes away. Look, I'm gonna show you a couple things. I said I'm not gonna play it, but I do want to play it because I want to show you something. Look, you saw this on yesterday's video. Look at that. Isn't that something? We put these, this is all super high LEDs, gold T-molding. I thought it came with the factory, what we call the factory ugly black. We have the ROM so we can play normal. Hear how it sounds like there's a needle on the turntable at the beginning of the record? And it keeps bumping back because it's not in the groove. Hit the right flipper button. And there, jogs it right into play. Look at that. Now, I want to show you a couple things because it looks so nice. When we go up here, isn't that nice? Did you see the blue lights? These are blue flashlights. Isn't that sharp? Beautiful, beautiful thing. Nice dazzling light show. The flippers are rebuilt so you can actually make the ramp shot. On so many of these games, the flippers get so worn, the links, you can't actually go all the way up that ramp shot. Yeah, I'm not going to get it. I guess playing sideways is not good. But you can see they got tons of power anyway. So much for that. Anyway, we also have LEDs here. These are all the super bright below the playfield. Now you also notice that right here, when we put these things here, when we spell vacation, watch. You see how bright they are? These were originally 44s. They were 44 bulbs in series. So they were running 12 volts through the 6-volt bulbs to give you a flashlamp illusion. So instead we put the flashlamps in. It looks really nice. I'm trying to think of anything else we didn't cover, John. Anyway, enough of that. Come. Wait a minute.
Come.
Dad, I can use that clip anytime I want. Dad, a South Park.
Here, they can tell what it is from underneath.
And look, The time machine. Time machine. Yes. And then this way, this way. I have a STRIKEMASTer. Yes, another STRIKEMASTer going out. This one's getting shipped a long distance. STRIKEMASTer. Oh, that's the other game. You're going to see that soon too. STRIKEMASTer is the last Shuffle Alley that Williams made. Technically, it is actually not, because Williams actually made League Champ. There was this very small run in 95 or 96, a League Champ. I think maybe 200 or 250 were made. We're not sure the exact count, but very few. I've only seen one of them. But they made tons of STRIKEMASTers, and they manufactured these for almost, I think, 4 years, the same machine. Usually, Shuffle Alleys, they come out with a new one every year. They change the back glass, change the art on the cabinet, and change 2 of the 5 games, and boom, you got a new Shuffle Alley. That way they could keep selling new models. Same boards inside, pretty much the same thing. But STRIKEMASTer was unique because they put this dot matrix display in. 91 is when they started using these on all the pinballs and the Shuffle Alleys. Now the old timers don't like these single displays. They like to see all 6 players up there. And the argument was they want to be able to look at any time while they're playing the game, they can see what their score is. With this machine, you see all 6 scores up there, different parts of the game. But then the game shows an animation, like somebody bowling or something like that, and then the scores are gone. They didn't like that. But guess what? They had to get used to it, because STRIKEMASTer was there to stay. They were never going back to the individual glasses. And of course, this uses the WPC system too. We have LEDs back here now. Is that locked right? Yes, it is. There we go. There we go. Yes. And we have those here, and of course, new flashing. Walter, could you give me a Phillips screwdriver so I can open it? Who locked it? Yes, you're supposed to lock that. One lock here, but what I want to show you, the logic board and the driver board. It's TX sector. That's coming. That's coming. Thank you, sir. Isn't Walter good to have around? You know why Walter is staying late tonight? Because we're going to Pizza Hut. Now, this is the system where, for some reason, the people at Williams must have very long arms because they like to reach all the way in and try to get to. Can you? Oh my gosh, it's unbelievable. This is unbelievably deep. It would, if they had a piece of wood up front. I talked about this in another video, but here we are. The WPC system, the soundboard, driver board here for the displays. We put new capacitors in, and we have new resistors here. And look, our button battery, and of course our. Frank, you want me to do this finger, don't you? Mm-hmm. And look, we got our switch line chip in a socket. So our customer will be able to help them. This is going a long distance. That's probably the only thing, any problem we'll have. And look, remember, all driver boards, you have to change that capacitor. Yours is leaking. It's leaking. You got to change that. That'll cause you, I mean, there's no point in having your game go down. Oh, by the way, there is this thing that always drove us nuts. Williams has the flash lamp plugged up here. And we've run an occasion where people, because the wire is so long, they've ended up finding another place to plug it in. And of course, Johnny? That's one of my boys, you know, Jonathan. They plug it in the wrong spot.
Doesn't fit, we'll move the key over to another spot.
Oh, that's the flash lamp. So without that in, you'll get no flash lamp. There we go. Anyway. Oh my gosh, that was just mean. My Johnny. My Johnny. Anyway. There we go. I'm going to tighten it up because I don't... This has got to get unpacked or taken apart for shipping. This machine ships anywhere in the country. We generally get prices between $450 and $650 because it's so long. I think you've seen some of our other videos. Your screwdriver, sir. Oh, yes. Yes, your screwdriver. This has a access panel here in the center. I'm not thrilled with this system. I prefer the drawer that pulls out. However, we took this board out and washed it with simple green and a toothbrush. Yes, that's how you clean all the crud off, all the crud for over the years. We have new fluorescent bulbs, obviously.
STRIKEMASTER.
And of course we have new starters. Now, what we also did is this circuit board back here. Frank, can you swing around right in the inside?
I'm not doing anything.
There we go, sir. See this? See, look, Frank, see? This board, see, all these light sockets are wobbly. These are all reflowed. You have to do it. They're all wobbly. Now, this has an adjustment screw. Williams, in there, and they engineered this so well. This mechanism is so well made. They engineered it in such a way that it's a very simple adjustment. This screw here, right here, is the only screw you'll probably ever have adjustment over the years you have it, and it has something to do with the fact that everything in here, the reset mechanism, is all floating in the back. So sometimes if one pin swings up, then it's easy to adjust. I have a video online on how to adjust those pins. So a very simple adjustment on those screws. That's pretty much the only thing that'll ever go wrong if your pin section has been scrubbed and cleaned of all the filth and grime over the years. Obviously, we put new pins. Obviously, we put new rebound rubbers. Now, this person here, we've got some scattered particles in here. We have buffed this field. We offer a discount on STRIKEMASTERs, a big discount in cash if the play field has a little bit of dings or wear in it. So this customer is saving a whole bunch of money, like $600, because this playfield has a couple dings in it. They will not affect the gameplay in any way, but there's a couple dings here, and I think there's one or two down here, Frank, and one right here. Save a lot of money, Frank. That's always a good thing to save money. And of course, you've seen us. We've already put some silicone on this, and then we sprinkle some of our sand on it. You can see how the puck slides so incredibly fast. New rubbers, new plate from Steve Young. Of course, we have new instruction cards. The boys repainted this high gloss black. We also have new T-molding from tmolding.com. Steven has repainted the art on this. Look at this. All the red's been repainted. Sadly, none of this art will ever be made. I don't think so, but Steven has repainted just the red, and then it's been sealed with clear coat. It looks just like it came from the factory. The colors are nice and bright again. That's my Steven. You guys know that. Now look, we've also very carefully marked all the connectors.
Johnny!
Oh, Johnny blew up that board.
No, blew up all the boards. And
My own guy plugged. Oh. Yes. Well, all the connectors are marked, and if you have some eyeballs, J9 goes into J9. Okay.
Not according to Johnny, or don't.
Listen, he's a boy. He's my nephew. My nephew can do anything he wants. Now, if you did it, you'd get fired.
Fat chance.
Anyway, real quick, I'm going to play one fast game, and I'm here.
You could show everybody how much you suck at this game, too.
Now, regulation, the game always defaults in. We want to play Flash. Here we go. Now look at that. Oh, I'm playing two players. One time too many. Now, just so you understand, with Flash bowling, if I got a strike, I would have gotten 500 points. If I get a spare, I get 300. If I miss it, I just get the point value. Here we go. I am playing side saddle. Very nice. Split. Now, you can make a split shot. You have to aim your shot so that it fires this switch here before that one. If you do, it'll be the game will think that you knocked the ball over.
How do you do that again?
Oh, the cash pan. Here's the cash pan, repainted. That goes underneath. It catches the sand. When you run out of sand, your pan is full. You pour the paint into one of those shaker cans with holes on the top. You can reuse this sand forever. Forever. Now, you've done this machine, young man. Look.
Done.
Bobby Orr's power play. Beautiful cabinet. Beautiful repaint job on this cabinet. I mean, it's just beautiful. Actually, this would be a golden opportunity to show you working on it. So let's show you some footage while we were working on it. Well, Jonathan's getting that Miss Pac-Man ready for shipment. We just started on this baby. Ah, good place to start. Got a lot of work on this, don't you?
Yeah.
You were noting that the pop bumper skirts were all shot.
Yeah. Well, it's not the skirts, it's the actual bases.
The bases, so
You got holes in here.
okay. So
they
that's
all
all
need to
going to
be
be
changed.
part. It looks like it's got the factory Mylar on it.
This is smashed
So,
off.
but he's got to fix that. But we're going to put color changes in these 3 spots. Boy, that'll look, and up here, that'll look sharp.
Yep.
So this is what it looks like.
At
Of
the
course,
moment.
yes, at the moment. And we're of course going to need a complete paint job on the
I already
machine.
painted the back box.
Oh, inside.
Horrible.
You mean back here?
No, this part right here.
Oh, okay. This is all painted. Good.
Yeah, because this looked like that. So obviously we can't have that.
No. Good start. Oh, boy, a big difference, Stephen. I see you've sanded down the issues. You've gotten all the white painted now and all the blue.
Yep.
And you've started the red.
Yep.
Look at that. Yes. We had to do quite a bit of work. Yes, this is what you saw Stephen working on. Doesn't look anything like it did. He did a very, very nice job on this. And we're very proud. The play field is just beautiful. Just beautiful. It is sealed with Mylar. We did some touch-ups here and there. Now, we've LED'd everything on the top, red, white, and blue. We've also done something that no other power play has. We took these original buttons out that were red, up all 4 places, and I replaced them with clear.
Who did?
I assigned someone to do it.
You didn't do shit.
I assigned it. It was my idea. They said, "Oh no, don't." I said, "No, I want to do
I
it."
think it was probably Jay's
Look, we
idea.
put no, it wasn't. It was my idea. We have 4 color changing LEDs lighting these. Isn't that nice? I just thought it was a nice effect because I'm the greatest thing there is. And we have our credit LED color changer there. Now, Bally games, this vintage Bally games, do not like LEDs on the computer part. They work fine and then they'll start to flicker. They work fine, then they flicker. So consequently, what we've done is we have a lot of regular light bulbs below. We put LEDs wherever they wouldn't flicker. Now, for instance, these here on the sides here. Boy, that volume is up on that. We have we have LEDs that are bendies that are facing and lighting these up when they go on, so you'll see that. Now, the chime coils inside, we haven't put our lock on it yet. Our chime coil situation here, we took all the chimes apart.
Who did?
I assigned them. I did. Don't get that camera so close. It's going to upset people. You know, people blow this picture up on big screen. Did you know, right now, at this very moment, Glenn Damster from Cape Town, Africa, that's you, Glenn, is watching me on the big screen. Hi, Glenn.
That's what they do at the hospital when they're trying to induce vomiting. People that ingested poisons. Can I have a big blown up picture of you? I got some mice in the attic. I need to scare them away.
Glenn, do you hear what they're saying about me? You're not saying anything, are you, Walter?
Nobody's thinking it.
Look, see, Glenn, we've polished all these, taken them apart. We ran these on the wheel. We had to change all the sleeves. We did a lot of sleeve changing in this. Boy, We rebuilt the flippers with new, of course, end of stroke switches, plungers, links, coil sleeves. We've done pretty much the same. Oh, you know what? I think you saw in the video they did when they took all this stuff off the playfield. Obviously, we have new targets from Pinball Resource. He sells the original Tombstone targets. Power Play had Tombstone targets. Now, I took one a liberty with it. Originally, the game comes with two or 8 reds. I decided I want red on one side and blue on the other, simply because we have 2 different teams. Doesn't that make sense? Thank you. So I have red and blue targets. So that's my liberty. I took a lot of liberty. I take liberties all over the place.
Is that what you call it? Somebody just stepped in your liberty up in the showroom.
Do you hear this? Do you hear this? I hear it. All right. Look. The only thing, Stephen, did some touch-up on the back glass. It needed quite a bit of it, actually. The customer before it had actually used red paint to paint some of the colors in. So Stephen did the best he could to fix stuff. But you know what? With these super bright LEDs, it doesn't seem to affect it. By the way, do you notice these have the equivalent of 4 LEDs in them? They're so bright, unbelievably bright. Now, we've put the wonderful Altec board in. This is one of Altec Systems, sells these brand new. I think they're $229. AltecSystems.com. ALLTEK. Frank, zoom into that.
Yeah, sure.
This wonderful new board he makes does not require a battery at all. Your light went out.
Well,
Okay, well, it doesn't matter.
you can see it better without
All the
light.
chips are in sockets. See? So you'll be able to change all the chips. Okay, here we go. I've probably bought 400 of these. Here we go. This is how many Altec boards we've had to repair. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go! No. He didn't have to put the stuff in the sockets, did he? You haven't had to change any yet. Even on the older ones that had used the battery. Haven't had one go bad yet. Now, what do you think of that? And you know why? I don't think the Bally ones would have gone bad. The old original Bally boards, and the Bally boards were bigger, as you can see. They went bad. The number one reason they went bad, they only went bad usually for 2 reasons. That's three things. Number one, battery acid. That killed probably 75% of the boards. Number 2, the actual quality ingredient in the proms and chips they used, the silver-legged chips. The legs on the chips were actually silver, and they tarnished and got black, and they literally fell off the chip. You could have avoided that by cleaning off the black with a fiberglass eraser, and it would prolong the life. But isn't that something the actual quality of the chip did it in? And number 3, the early ones used these crappy sockets, what we call the crapo sockets. They were brown, and they never gripped the legs of the chip right. They were too loose. But the battery was the number 1. So if those batteries were not on those probably we wouldn't have needed the Altec board. Isn't that something? But thank goodness he made it. Here's the lamp driver. We had didn't we have a bunch of chips bad on that? We changed them, and we have a that keeps opening and closing. This is a newer driver board because it's white. Bally switched to the white boards probably in '83, '84. So this is a newer driver board in this game. We have a new cap in there too, for good measure. Our knocker coils back in with a new sleeve. Oh, and the new bridges here are made by Steve. He doesn't make them, but he sells the bridges with the big fat leads. They're heavier duty, and they will last forever. You change the 3 bridges, you never change one. You always change all 3. You will never have to change them again. Never have to change them again in your lifetime. Now, your kids, if they have the game still set in 30 years from now, maybe they'll have to change them one more time. I won't be able to buy them from Steve Young or from me, though. I won't be here in 30 years, will I, Frank?
You'll be lucky if you're here in 3 years.
Oh! There's that wonderful tune. Of course, obviously, this is one of the... they made almost 20,000 of these. Unbelievable. Most of them got tossed. Oh, you know what? We haven't loaded the high scores, and we just put the battery in. So we're going to put
battery?
Games, aren't we, Frank?
What battery?
That's right, there's no battery today. I wanted to see if you were listening. With the new board, it's very simple to load the scores in. This is the lamp test that flashes all the balls. This fires all the coils. We have nothing stuck, and now here we are here at this. Now let me see if this one is one. Nope. So notice for a set of 10. Oh, we won't have to go in the back. I will hold the button in. We'll go up to 250,000. 01 is the first replay level. Okay, 250. Okay, 02 is the second replay level. So once again, I push the little button, advances to 02, and that's 420. We're going to let it go. Now, 03 is the third replay level if you want to have a third replay level. There's nothing on the card, but the customer can always add that later. 04, we've got to remember to stop before we get there. There's 03. 04 is the high score to date. So we're going to give this customer, how about if we put 100,000 in? Now, all these other numbers are just how many times you kicked it, how many times it fell over. You know, it keeps track of all that. How many times somebody shook it, how many balls it played, and then it goes back through the menu, and we're done. Child. If you wanted to reset any of those scores, there's a button on that board that you push to reset it. And now you can see we have our high score loaded in. Look at that. Well, there she is. A beautiful game. Setting, you can adjust the settings on this for, so if you hit one bank of drop targets down, they'll reset. I believe in this setting we have, this one sets up to 4. The other one dropped down prematurely. Pop endless games. See, isn't this nice? This pops up this target, and then this drops it. And it also does it up here too. So as you play the game and you're flying around, that's going to happen. It's a very nice feature to have that saved. The only thing I ever found on this game of Mata Hari, these tombstone targets, sometimes when they pop up, one drops down again. Yeah, I popped my first game there. On my special again. That will reset though when I go down. Now there's a switch to flip, so you do not get continual. So you do not get continual specials. I guess I pushed too many targets down. Now it's going to be quieter in your house. Oh, listen, the volume control. I'll show you the volume control. I happen to have it. The volume control is right here. So if you need to be quieter in your house, you just put the volume control down like that, see? And that quiets it down, see? See, it's quieter, right? Isn't that quieter? Frank, people are going to think I'm insane.
I mean, Glenn.
Frank, we got to show one more game.
I'm going home.
No, we have to show
I'm leaving.
the Neo Geo. This is finally done. Got the new side art on, repaint the Neo Geo color. The customer requested black T-molding, the original color. This is an original 4-slot. It was actually converted to a whole different game. But we have converted it back. The original cables are here. Here's a 4-slot board. We have the multi-game cartridge in it. I'm trying to think of who sells it. JAMA Boards sells these. Holland Computers. Everybody's selling these boards. Very nice. The stereo volume controls are on the side here. The monitor adjustments are here, which adjust most of the picture adjustments. So you can turn the brightness up and such. The rest of these, as you see, there's no knobs here. The rest of them are actually on the board. This swings open. This did have a provision for a slot here, which you could. There's a plate, a factory plate that covers it up, so you can put that system back. It goes on this plate. If you had that home system, you know, I never saw anybody. No, I take that back. Somebody had a card, and one of the locations we had one of these in, I actually saw them using it. That was the only time nobody ever really used it. We have this on. Is this still on coin op? I think it is. Yeah, it's still in coin operation. But this game, because it has so many different games, if you hold this player button down, was it 5 seconds, Frank? I'm trying to remember now. Yeah, 5 seconds. It's all in this instruction sheet. Now what we did is I didn't stick it on there. I'm going to let the customer decide what he wants to do. Most people put it right here, out of the way so it's off the screen. But this opens up like this to change the marquee. So you can slide a new one in. Now I only have 1 slot left, so, but he's probably only going to have 1 slot in there. That goes in there like that, that locks in like that, and then you're done. Isn't that great? Super special and very easy to do. The cartridge plugs in, real easy control, and then you turn it off here. So, oh, you know what? He has the power supply in reverse. Actually, come back and I'll show you why. This has the power supply in it that actually allows you to have dual control over the coin door down here. As a matter of fact, we also have, we're going to put the manual in there for the customer, so he'll have that. Brand new power supply. That's the heart of any system. There's a switch on this that allows you to access that switch. Would you flip that switch now, Walt? Inside the front door?
Inside the coin door?
Oh, yes. Coming up. There we go. Now that on-off switch will function correctly. Very clever. On that power supply, there are 2 power switches. So by flipping it one way, it bypasses cabinet switches, especially if you don't have one. And the other way allows the cabinet switch to work. They were very smart. PowerTech power supplies, we buy them from Competitive Products in Tullytown. He has the best prices. I have bought hundreds and hundreds of power supplies from him. Actually, we sell the old ones. If you ever need a power supply, we sell the old ones for $7. Guarantee they work, but they're as is, where is. So I'm going to need some help. Oh gosh, Frank, I'm down too low. Okay, 7000 chassis is the most dependable chassis on any video game. The Wells Garner, all new capacitors throughout. So we've changed all the leaky, weaky, ugly, muggly power supplies.
Power supplies? Well, can you change the power supplies on that chassis?
Frank, I'm hungry for pizza. I haven't eaten all day.
Well, you haven't eaten in, what, 20 minutes?
Look, earlier in the video, while everybody was still here, look at the difference. That's right. It's coming along. It's coming along nicely. It's a big difference. Here's the other power supply. We're still
The other power supply?
Frank, now, you see, if this was a Hollywood...
Fire the script writer.
Wait a minute,
It'll
wait.
never be a Hollywood. You don't know your
If this was
lines.
a Hollywood production,
You'd keep
we would
screwing up your
refilm it.
lines.
We would refilm it. Look at all these things. The problem is everything shatters and breaks. None of these parts are available. So, unfortunately, when this happens, but this is fixable, but we don't have to, because now we have a perfect one here. We only have one plastic that always breaks in front of the drop targets, and I'll have him even this out, so this will be nice and even here. But notice this is a heavy plastic. See, look, this isn't a wood playfield. This is a plastic playfield. This is all plastic.
Is it plastic? I think it might be plastic.
All plastic. This is wood.
Is this a plastic power supply on the
There's a
playfield?
plastic power supply on the...
You know, Frank, I'm going to probably... Well, anyway, we have not touched the cabinet yet. Nothing has been done on the cabinet. The playfield is the most important part. The problem is you've got a boat-ass load of flippers you have to rebuild. Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is there 5? I thought there were 6. I'm trying to think of this. Yeah, there's 5 for sure. I thought there was 6 on this. I think it was just 5. Sorry, I don't know the games well enough. But you can see the front of the cabinet. See, when stuff comes in, it's just ghastly. But remember, we haven't done anything to it yet. That part. So everything has to come in, just like these electronics here.
Oh, you mean the ones Johnny blew up?
We're fixing that.
They were perfect.
Everything we
Speaking
sell.
about frying an egg,
Listen, everything we sell comes with our 5-year service plan. So even if something goes wrong,
so even if
2
Johnny
years
blows it
later-
up in your house, you're still covered.
Now, I'm going to give you an advanced look at this stunner. This is our first time machine with the super bright LEDs and color changers. Stunning, stunning, stunning. It is stunning. This is one of that.
This is the
hidden
nicest
treasures.
80s power supply I've ever seen.
This is the nicest power supply.
You know, Frank, I think it's time we go. Thank you for watching this very long video.
All right, thank you.
Good
Good night.
Good night. We're done here!